How I Became a Ghost, Chapter 16, Seeking Naomi. I thought everyone was asleep. I heard old men snoring, but not every old man snores. I thought I had fooled them all, and anyway, I had to talk to Joseph. I climbed from my blanket and walked to the creek. Joseph, I whispered, are you there? Yes, he said, stepping from behind the big cypress tree. Good job. Isaac, who is your friend? In the quiet woods of night, the voice of Nanny Huma boomed like a shotgun. I jumped like I was a target. Nanny Huma stepped from the shadows. I hung my head and said nothing. I already know Isaac, but we have not met yet, said Nanny Huma, stepping to Joseph and offering his hand. Joseph and I stood still, ashamed and caught. I won't wake up the council, not at this hour, said Nanny Huma, but you will tell me what is going on, and you will tell me now. Joseph and I told Nanny Huma the whole story. For almost an hour we talked. We told him of the burning of our homes. Joseph told of his escape. We told him about Naomi and our mission to rescue her. We told him of the soldiers and how Joseph's life was in danger. I even told him about seeing the ghost. When I saw that he believed us, I told him my biggest secret. I will soon be a ghost, I said in a whisper. I looked at Nanny Huma, hoping he would believe me. He said nothing, but he nodded and let me know he understood. When we finished talking, Nanny Huma sat in silence for the longest time. Finally, he stood up, and brushed the leaves from his pants and spoke. The hour is late and we need our sleep. Isaac, you can stay with us for now. Joseph, as long as you cause no trouble, you are welcome too. I don't think I have to tell you how important it is that you stay out of sight. I understand, Joseph said. Yakoki, I said. Or I replied. The next morning, Nanny Huma told the Choctaw Council about our nighttime visit. I finished serving breakfast and sat down to listen. When Nanny Huma came to the part about Naomi, I could see, and how she had been taken. The councilmen gave fire to their anger. They took the young girl from her family. They used her like a slave. Her family thought she was dead. How horrible. When everyone had their say, Mr. Tibby stood to speak. He was the head of the council and a large man, thick as a tree trunk. Gray hair fell around his face and down his shoulders. If we approach these soldiers and accuse them of keeping the girl against her will, they will lie, he said. The girl will be afraid of what they will do to her and her family if she tells the truth. She might never see her family again, or worse, she might disappear. What do you suggest we do? Nanny Huma asked. If Naomi is ever to return to her family, I think her best chance lies with these young men, our new helper Isaac and his friend Joseph. We can lend a hand when needed. We can keep an eye out for the girl, but we must do things in secret. We cannot endanger our people. There were nods all around. Joseph and I stood a little straighter. Rescuing Naomi gave us all purpose. I noticed it right away. The councilwoman walked faster than usual that morning, leaving our wagon behind. When we stopped for our noon meal, the women kept walking. They waved to the soldiers, saying, We know there are berries in these woods. If we find any, we'll make berry pudding. It's an old Choctaw recipe. You will love it. The soldiers smiled and waved back. We'll hold you to that promise, the soldiers shouted. I knew better than to follow the women. Not on my first full day with the council, but I listened and heard the friendly talk. These councilwomen are smart, I thought. They are gaining the soldiers' trust. While I built the fire that evening, the woman reported to the council. We saw her, said Stella. She was the eldest, a white-haired, thin woman. We saw Naomi. When she heard us speaking to the soldiers, she peeked around the back of the wagon. She was curious, but I could tell she did not want us to see her. She is afraid for her family, said Nanny Huma. The soldiers said they would harm her little sister if she caused any trouble. She was dressed like a boy, Stella said, just like we expected, but anyone who looked closely could see she is a strong young girl. A terrified young girl, said another woman. How do you know, or how do you think what do you think we should do now? Nanny Huma asked. Let the boys do their job, said Mr. Tibby.